Hey guys, and welcome back to another new Animal Crossing video. I'm ChillingCharly, and in today's video I'm going to be going over 10 villages that I think are underrated. These characters aren't necessarily disliked or unpopular even, they're just characters that I think deserve more love in the Animal Crossing community. Maybe they had more love back in the day, but nowadays they're not so popular. Either way, I'm going to go over 10 that I personally think are underrated. I did do a video like this in the past, but since I've been doing so much villager hunting recently live on my streams here on YouTube, I've seen so many villages that I really like, but I feel like people don't really care about so much. So we're going to get straight into this, and if you're excited for the video, be sure to leave a like. Let's go. For our first one, we have Renee, who's actually one of the new villagers for Animal Crossing New Horizons, and she was one of my starting villagers in Animal Crossing New Horizons. The sad thing about Renee is, I feel like she's not really popular at all, despite being a brand new character to this game. She's one of the sisterly villagers, or Uchi, or whatever you want to call them, and honestly, I think she's actually the coolest one. She's definitely my favourite of the bunch. Before, I didn't really like too many of those characters, so I'm happy they introduced her, and now I do have a character from that personality type that I enjoy. I just think she has good style, I like her hair, I like her piercings. She's just a very cool character, and I loved having her on my island. In at number 2 we have Nana. Now Nana is probably one of the more popular characters on this list, but overall the monkey species in Animal Crossing is one that's not really liked much by most fans. I kind of am with the people here on this one. I don't really like most of the monkeys, but Nana really stands out and she's so cute. She's this an adorable pink monkey, and that's pretty much all there is to say about her honestly, but she's really great and I definitely think she's one of the cutest characters in Animal Crossing. I did have her briefly in Animal Crossing New Leaf, and that's kind of what inspired me to put her on this list. So yeah, definitely some love for Nana here. In at number 3 we have Sydney. Now Sydney is probably one of the more popular koala characters, but overall she's not really loved as much by fans as maybe she used to be. She's been in the series for a long time now, and she used to be really popular I feel, but now she's just not liked so much by fans. It's not even just a dislike, it's just she's just kind of there and people tend to forget about her, which I think is a shame. This does tend to happen with most of the koala characters. I guess they're just kind of a bit niche, you know, but I do really like Sydney, and I think her new outfit in Animal Crossing New Horizons really suits her and is really cute as well. Like the overalls, it just looks really great. So yeah, definitely Sydney is one of those very adorable characters and one of the ones that I enjoy a lot. In at number 4 we have Bruce. Now Bruce is kind of underrated in my opinion, solely based on the fact that all of the other deer villagers are just so good and so cool and so loved, like Fauna and Bo and Eric and Diana. All those characters are so loved, but characters like Bruce kind of sit at the back, not really chosen as much by people. But I just think he's really neat. He has a really cool sort of rebellious style to him. He looks a bit like an old rocker. In fact, he actually really does remind me of Bruce Springsteen, which maybe is where his name comes from. I honestly don't know. But either way, I just definitely think that Bruce is a really, really cool character. And it'd be nice to see him get a bit more appreciation from Animal Crossing fans. Because even though he's not quite as cool, in my opinion, as let's say Bo and Eric and Fauna, he's still really cool, and all of the deer villagers, in my opinion, are really neat. In at number 5, we have Colton. Colton is a character that I actually used to not like at all. When he was in Animal Crossing New Leaf, he just kind of bothered me. To be honest, he kind of reminded me of Justin Bieber, you know, when Justin Bieber had that kind of haircut back in the day. And I just did not really appreciate him very much. But I think seeing his new personality and his new outfit in Animal Crossing New Horizons, where he's like now like this sort of knight almost with like a really cool cape. He's like this really cool sort of like hero-like character, old-fashioned type hero, straight out of like a fairy tale book. I think that adds such a new dynamic to him, and it's such a great one, and it really suits him, and now he just feels like a really cool character. You know, maybe he's not as cool as, let's say, Julian, who I think is amazing, but to me, Colton definitely is one of those cooler characters now, and one that benefited majorly by an outfit change in Animal Crossing New Horizons. In at number 6, we have Kid. Most of the goat characters honestly aren't really appreciated, to the point where some of them, like Gruff, are just straight up disliked by most fans. But Kid is one of those ones who people kind of like, but just kind of forget about, honestly. Especially with Sherb being in the mix now and him being so popular. Kid really just does not get as much love as he should. but I just think he's really neat. You know, he has that sort of like sleepy kind of design to him. He also kind of reminds me of a YouTuber, I don't know, like there's a YouTuber in my mind that he looks like. If you guys know like what I'm thinking of, because I can't think of the name, leave a comment down below. But yeah, he's definitely an interesting looking character, and I like his like business jacket. You know, he's ready for some business, so definitely a cool character in my books. Kid is a really neat one. In at number 7, this one may surprise you guys, Klaus. Now I know you're thinking, okay, this dude, he's really not my kind of thing. At least I assume most of you guys probably think that. And you know, I would agree with you, especially in the previous games, but I think in Animal Crossing New Horizons, with his new outfit, it just works so well. Like, he actually looks like a cool character now. He has his own like dedicated theme that no other character really has, and he would fit in really, really well with like themes like in your island. Like maybe if you're theming your island based around Rome or something, he would fit in so well. And I don't know, I just think he deserves some appreciation for having his own like gimmick like this and really working with it, you know. He's obviously based off like Julius Caesar, I think. I may be wrong, but that's kind of what it looks like to me. But yeah, he's very cool. In at number 8, we have Stella. And Stella is one of those characters who actually is really liked by some people. She's definitely a favorite of some people out there for sure. You know, I've seen quite a few people talk about her, but not so much as of this recent game, to be honest. I think Stella is one of those characters who's just so adorable, and she's a really great design, but she doesn't really tend to end up on anyone's favorite villages lists, which I think is so strange. I don't know if it's just because she's a sheep and the sheep villages, generally speaking, aren't as popular as some other species, but I think Stella is a really great character, and she's one that I definitely like a lot, so I definitely wouldn't mind having her living on my island. That would actually be pretty cool. In at number 9, we have Maddie. Maddie is adorable, but I never ever see anyone talk about her. I think maybe once I saw an account where they said this was their favorite villager, but you know, she's just not really talked about. She's one of those characters who was brought back in Animal Crossing New Leaf for the Welcome Amiibo update, so she's a character that was removed from the series for a long time but eventually brought back. And she never really found that traction like characters, let's say, Dobie and Ketchup did. But Maddie is so adorable, she's really cute. I do think her eyes are a little bit strange, but overall I gotta say Maddie is one of those just adorable dog characters. All of the dog characters are kind of cute in their own right, and Maddie is definitely one of my favorites of the whole bunch, so definitely a big Maddie fan. Finally, at number 10, we have Tiffany. Tiffany is a goth rabbit. Do I really need to say anything more about this character? She's wonderful. I really like what she has going on for her. It's just a nice little niche that she's found for herself. Actually, we do have a few like goth characters out there like Muffy the sheep, but you know what? They all need to start a proper punk band or whatever. I really want to hear it. It would be amazing. So I'd love you guys to tell me in the comment section down below, which villages do you think are underrated? And if you want to continue the discussion, join us on Discord. I want to give a big thanks to my channel members. If you want to become a channel member, click the join button down below or the link in the description to get a whole bunch of cool perks for doing so. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Of course, it's just a subjective list, so you guys may not agree with any of my opinions on here, but I definitely think some of these are underrated to me, and I'd love to see these villagers get even more love and appreciation out there. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for even more Animal Crossing content. I'll catch you in the next one.